Welcome to the Manifesting Formula. I'm Christine Rizzo. In this week's episode, we are getting into how important it is to be aware of how we talk to ourselves. What we not only say to ourselves, but how we talk about ourselves to others. What are you saying and the vibe that you're putting out into the universe that may be holding you back from what you're wanting to create? Keep listening, my friends, to find out the answers. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you? What have you been up to? Anything fun? I've been super busy with writing content, creating, designing, and I have to say, I've been reading so much more than I have in a long time. Don't get me wrong, I'm always on Google looking things up. I love researching. Anytime I have a question about something, immediately I turn to my good old friend Google. I don't ever ask Siri or Alexa. I know a lot of people do, and that's totally cool. It's a preference, right? I don't ever use either of them, unless listening to music in the house. But I will never ask Siri to send a text or anything. It's just like using a planner or a calendar that you write on, I guess. I did that for so many years. Loved having my planner and seeing how booked my calendar was. Then I decided to turn to my Google Calendar, just because it comes up on the phone, on my laptop, on my desktop, all synced together. I just realized as I'm writing this that Google has taken over. I am a Google girl. I love to look things up. You can find out absolutely anything that you want to, all at the tips of your fingers. Now, of course, there are a lot of opinions with a lot of content that you research, and then there are a lot of facts. I've learned to take the facts of what most writers, researchers, and whoever you're getting the information from. Once there is a description of someone's fact, it then becomes an opinion. And I won't even give it much thought. I don't like to make a judgment of things or have an opinion of something that I really don't know about or to listen to someone else's opinion because it's just their experience. And that doesn't mean that that would be my experience, which is why I rarely ask for other people's opinions on most things. I like to experience it myself. It's kind of like when a friend of yours tells you about another person that you haven't even ever met. They tell you their story and judgments of them, and then automatically you think those things about them. And it actually affects your first time meeting them, all because of what your friend told you about them. It spoils your own judgment, which is why I've learned to not listen to other people's opinions about another person. Get those journals of yours out. It's time to write down some new affirmations. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1, I have the power to manifest wealth and abundance in my life. Number 2, I am a magnet for all the good in the universe. Number 3, I become the words I think and speak. And number 4, I easily manifest anything I desire into being. Okay, it's time to come from a place of gratitude, a place of love. So tell me, my friends, what is it that you're thankful for today? I have a few things, but I will just tell you one today. I am so thankful for natural hormones from hormone replacement therapy. I know that may sound strange to some of you, and others may be like, yeah, girl, I get it. Remember how I told you a little over a year ago that I stopped drinking wine because I wasn't sleeping through the night? Well, I stopped and it helped, but it didn't last. I am up every night for a few hours. Now I'm not just tossing and turning. I am wide awake, which doesn't make Christine all happy and cheerful in the mornings. I love sleeping, and when I don't get enough of it, well, you can just ask Frank what that's like. It's not that bad. Well, maybe it is. But I have to be honest, I have definitely felt a huge difference in myself, and I now know it's from my hormone levels not being regulated. So instead of going on synthetic hormones from the pharmaceutical companies, I've decided that I'm going to work with a specialist that works with natural hormones that are extracted from plants. These specialists that work with bioidentical hormone replacement will regulate your hormones with a specialized formula created just for you, which means that they create a formula that gives you the exact amount of hormones that you've stopped producing in your body. Hello, sign me up. I'm going to be sleeping through the night in days. Yes. So thank you, thank you, thank you for these natural hormones that exist. I'm super grateful. Let's get into today's episode, which is on how we talk to ourselves. I think it's really important to pay attention to how we speak to ourselves, what we say about ourselves, and how that affects us when it comes to what we wind up attracting. I wanted to do an episode on this because we don't tend to notice the way we speak to ourselves. We don't even realize that the thoughts that we are thinking are so damaging to us. And when you become aware of your own thoughts, sometimes you're only able to notice the conscious ones. Like you're only aware of the ones that sound really bad and negative, that you wind up missing the ones that are indirect, the ones that are so instilled in you that they are actually keeping you from what you're really wanting. And you don't even realize this is happening. So I wrote down a lot of the thoughts that I have corrected some of my clients, friends, and families on that I wanted to share with you in this episode. Because I think many of you may go through the same kind of thinking and say the same things to yourself that you don't even recognize that you're doing this. We want to learn to pay attention to how we talk to ourselves, to what we say, to how we feel, and to how we express that to others, and to what we speak aloud. I was talking to a client one day and she said, I really want to get better at attracting money. And then I pointed out to her, when you say it that way, I really want to get better at attracting money. The underlying thought right there is, I'm not good at attracting money because I need to get better at it, right? Which I know sounds extremely innocent. I get it. It sounds like such a great idea to get better at attracting money. Of course, why not? But when we don't understand that that thought that we have, I really want to get better at attracting money, is actually insinuating the idea that you're not already good at attracting money. You are then not understanding the law of assumption. Go back and listen to episode 76, the law of assumption and how it works, as well as episode 29, how do you manifest something you don't believe you can have? It's learning about how we have to be our future self before we can create the results that we want in our life. We have to think as if we are already there with the result that we want. We have to think that we already have the result in order to get the result. So someone who already has the money in their life would never think, I need to get better at attracting money, because they already know how good they are at attracting money, which is exactly what I was talking about in last week's episode, telling you that you need to pay attention and to be aware of what you focus on, and to focus on what you are really good at. If you're really good at already attracting money, then you never think of lack in that area. And if you want to attract a relationship into your life because you feel like you aren't good in that area at all, you have to come from the same kind of thinking and knowing that you are already good in that area. You have to brainwash yourself into believing that is your truth. If you knew you were good at creating money, you would be thinking thoughts like, I'm very good at attracting money. I attract money very easily. Money is attracted to me. Money is so easy to make. I always have money. There's a huge difference between thinking I need to get better at attracting money and I attract money very easily. It doesn't seem that big, but it's bigger than you realize, which is why we really want to be aware of what we're thinking, the story that we're telling, and what we are saying to others. The more we talk about our past, the more we bring it into our present and our future. The more lack we talk about, the more lack will be shown in our lives. I'm telling you, my friends, we are our own creators in every area. We are attracting every single thing in our life to us like a magnet. So I want you to pay attention to those subtle thoughts that seem positive and ask yourself, if I already had the result that I'm wanting, would I be thinking this thought? And if the answer is no, then adjust the thought so it would be yes. Let me give you some examples. Just remember, what I'm telling you is how you talk to yourself, not what you're saying to others all the time. These will be the sentences in your mind that you're saying to yourself. So try to imagine right now that you are the student of yourself. In doing that, you have to be aware of what you're saying to yourself. And you have to be aware of what you are hearing from your own self. Does that make sense? I want you to be your own student so you can start correcting yourself. And that comes from being aware, watching your thoughts. This, my friends, is a skill set that you have to develop. And it's something that I've been teaching you throughout many of the episodes in this podcast. So if you are a new listener, please go all the way back to the beginning of this podcast. Start with episode 1. It's super important to start at the very beginning. I recorded each topic knowing they should be listened to in order on purpose. And for those of you that have already done that, there is nothing like repeating episodes. Take in all the content again. It will help remind you of the many things that we seem to let slip until we are told repeatedly. We want to listen to the content over and over again so we can become masters at manifesting, which is what we all want to do. That's the end game in all of us, isn't it? To become a master at manifesting. Of course it is. I also want you to check in with your awareness. I want you to tune into it. Pay more attention to what is happening around you. Listen to your words. Because what I notice with a lot of my friends and family is that they're saying these thoughts out loud. And I know the reason that they are speaking them aloud is because they think that these thoughts of theirs are true. And the reason that they think that they are true is because they have thought them for a really long time, which is exactly how we believe things are true, by thinking them for a long time. They don't even realize that they're just repeating a thought over and over again. They think they are actually telling me the facts of their story. They think they are facts because they've thought them for so long that it's just running through their mind as their truth. It's like a natural thought to them, a fact like their age, their sex, or their height. They seem so real. So here is the first example that I hear a lot of people say. I need to get better at. Sounds so innocent, right? But it's not. I need is coming from a low, needy energy. You don't want to go into thoughts like that because the underlying thought of I need to get better is I'm not good enough at it yet. You're telling the universe that you're not good at something as of today. So please don't tell yourself that you want to get better at something. Another thought that I hear a lot is I'm trying to, which is definitely not a useful thought. Ask yourself, how do you feel when you put anything after I'm trying to? Trust me, it's not going to be good. Don't try, just do it. Don't say I'm trying to make more money. Say I'm making more money. Trying is a draining word. Can you feel the difference in these two statements? I'm making more money sounds so much more powerful. Trying has the opposite effect, like you're not successful at making money at all. Say it out loud right now. I'm making more money. Can you feel the energy behind it? Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I can actually feel myself being ignited and pumped by those words. When I say I'm trying to make more money, it's exhausting and powerless. The next thought is very similar to the last one. The thought, I'm working on it. And whatever it is you're working on, I'm working on attracting money. I'm working on making more money. I'm working on my thoughts around money. I'm working on feeling better. Trying is just like working on. Start saying, I'm creating more money. I'm attracting more money. I'm feeling better. Remember, my friends, you want to speak into existence what you want to attract into your life. You will only attract more of what you are saying and believing. When you don't have what you're wanting, it's because you aren't already believing. So many times I hear people say, I'm not good at that, or I just can't do it, as if it's a fact. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Even if it is true that you are not good at something or that you can't, It's just not useful to think either of those, that you're not good at something or that you can't. Both of those sentences will not create a feeling to move you forward to take the action that you need to take to get the things that you want to accomplish. It's not a good use of your mind energy if you tell yourself you're not good at something, even if you aren't. For example, I'm not good at, let me think. I know, I'm not good at folding sheets. I mean, at all. That's the truth. It amazes me when you see people fold fitted sheets so nice and neat. I'm like, how the hell did they do that? What else? Let me think. It's really hard for me to think about what I'm not good at because I don't ever think like that. I seriously don't ever spend time thinking about the things that I may possibly not be good at because it's such a waste of my mind energy and my mind space. I just don't have time for that. So if you're not good at something, that's okay. I would suggest to either get good at it if you want to, or just don't talk about it at all anymore. Another thought that I hear a lot of, and this is really a very innocent one, but it's so poisonous when people say it. It's going to take some time. These changes are going to take some time. I think we say that innocently so we can give ourselves some space, so we cannot feel anxious about our results. But we are also internalizing these concepts that may not necessarily be true. Many changes can happen in an instant, in a decision. You don't have to wait. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. It can just be done. So when you tell yourself, I've been this way my whole life, so it's going to take a long time for me to change, or it's going to take a long time for me to get over this, or it's going to take a long time for me to be different, you are holding yourself back from moving faster. You are speaking that as your truth, and that long time can be longer than you expected and may never happen. The definition of a long time could be 40 years. Something you definitely want to get out of the habit of saying. I mean, the whole idea of I'm trying to find out what's wrong with me so I can change it. My friends, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You don't need to look for mistakes in yourself. You are 100% amazing right at this very moment, and you always have been. There's nothing to fix. When you tell people everything that's wrong with you and you identify with what you feel is wrong with you based on something that happened in your past or something that you may have done in your past or maybe something that was done to you in your past, you just enhance more of it. You internalize those thoughts and they become your truth. Why don't we start talking about what's right in our lives instead of what's wrong? Wouldn't that be so much better? Then you will manifest more of what's right in your life. So I want you to ask yourself, what is right with you in your life? What is right with your life? I want you to go through these questions and write your answers down in your journal. Let's play that game instead of the what's wrong with me game. And I want you to start noticing how often you tell yourself sad stories. I want you to be aware of how often you complain and to notice how often you justify why you're doing the things that you are. So, whatever it is that you want to create in your life, you have to come from a mindset of already having it. And you have to speak like you are already there. You have to believe that it already exists in your life. If you're wanting to create more money and you think that you have a great mindset around money already, you want to question if that is true. And if it is true, then why don't you have the amount that you're wanting? If you want to not be ill anymore and you want to be healthy, you need to watch your words and your thoughts. So many people I know complain all the time on social media about what happened to them, about how ill they are, that this and that happened to them, all the negative things going on in their life, instead of coming from a place of where they want their life to be. The reason why it keeps happening is because they aren't talking like they are already there. They aren't living like they have the health, the money, the relationship, the love. You need to start identifying with who you want to be, with how abundant you are, how healthy you are, how wealthy you are, how many opportunities you have, and you need to celebrate that. It may not be where you are today, but it's where you are going. That, my friends, is how you need to talk every day. It's where we are all wanting to be. Remind yourself that when you are there, that is exactly how you will be talking, because that will be your truth. But to get there, you need to act like you are already there. You need to come from that space. And when you are there, you will celebrate the abundance that you are in that space today. And if you start to do the work, you could change your reality at any time. You can have what you want in this exact moment right now once you start identifying yourself with the result that you want in the future, instead of defining yourself by the past. Stop the suffering and stop justifying your pain that has been self-created because it feels like hell. You don't want to come from that space anymore. Let's stop trying to find things that are wrong with us so we can fix them. Let's learn to release the suffering by learning and growing through love, joy, and creating loads of fun in our lives. And that is from being aware of how we speak to not only ourselves, but how we speak about ourselves to others. You want to identify yourself with who you most want to be. You want to start being the person that has the things that you want to create in your life. So tell your mind to start monitoring what you're telling yourself. Remember, you are in full control of how you think. You are in full control of your mind, and you get to tell it what you want to think, and you get to direct it through asking yourself questions. So when you start to notice yourself saying the things that you definitely wouldn't be saying if you had the results that you want, immediately I want you to stop saying them. Period. Create from your future and start talking to yourself like you are the most loving, amazing, incredible goddess in the world, because you are. And don't forget to keep telling yourself every day, you are a master at manifesting. Thank you all for listening to the Manifesting Formula podcast. And thank you for spreading the word to all of your friends, family, and coworkers. For those of you that haven't already signed up for my online course, 5 Ways to Attracting Everything You Want, what are you waiting for? It's gotten incredible reviews. Just go to www.thelifecoach.academy. You will find the course under the course tab. Also, we are starting our new certification class in October if you're interested in becoming a certified life coach, or if you just want to learn to manage your mind for yourself so you can feel fucking fabulous every day. You will find the link in the show notes that will take you to this amazing life-changing course. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, sending you all so much love, peace, and abundance. And if no one has told you today, I love you. See you next week. Bye. My friends, if anyone is interested in becoming a certified life coach, I would love for you to contact me and sign up for a 30-minute consult. In our session, I will go through with you everything that you will learn at the Life Coach Academy. This certification program is not like others out there. Not only is it very personal, since we decided to keep our class sizes small on purpose, we wanted a more one-on-one experience with only 8 students per class. The value and the quality of our training are incomparable. So what sets the Life Coach Academy apart from other coaching schools? At the Life Coach Academy, you are taught and coached live in class, online, by me and Caro, who are the founders of the school. At most other schools, you watch many boring videos, work with modules, and you never get coached by your instructors, let alone the founders. Our Life Coach course will teach you everything you need to know to become an extraordinary life coach. But the best part about this program is that not only will you learn to be one of the best life coaches out there, you're going to create so much confidence within yourself by evolving into a person you didn't even think was possible. Your personal transformation will become your professional resume, which is what the Life Coach Academy does best: create incredible, life-changing results in our students' lives. So, if being a life coach has been on your mind, something that you may want to explore, or if you crave this kind of freedom and purpose in your life, then we would love for you to join our incredible group of students that are helping to change the world for the good of mankind. I would love to talk with you. Whether you dream to have your own coaching practice, working from home, or from anywhere in the world, we believe becoming a life coach is the perfect career because you have the freedom and flexibility to set your own schedule. Becoming a certified life coach will add an enormous amount of value to any career that you already have. And by learning the tools that we teach here at the Life Coach Academy, They will help transform every relationship in your life. You are one step away from this life-changing experience, from this ultimate power to creating the beautiful life you have always dreamed and desired to have. So if you like what you're learning from this podcast, and if you have an interest in becoming a certified life coach, you're going to love the Life Coach Academy. You can head over to our website at www.thelifecoach.academy to read all about our certification course. What you're going to learn in this training is going to blow your mind.